Pandemics have now become a regular feature of the world. This, despite the advances in medical science. But, is it possible to fake pandemics? To find out, see our YouTube channel at RealView Report and subscribe for more interesting videos. The Council of Europe, a 46-nation international organization dedicated to upholding human rights, democracy and the rule of law. And the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, PACE, is its parliamentary arm. On the 18th of December 2009, Wolfgang Wodarg, who is a German physician, politician, and chair of the Committee on Health of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe. He introduced a motion for recommendation in the Assembly on the 18th of December 2009. The title of the motion, Doc. 12110, was Faked Pandemics, a Threat for Health. In it, he indirectly alleges that pharmaceutical companies influenced scientists and official agencies faked the 2009 swine flu pandemic to sell their patented drugs and vaccines and caused unknown side effects of insufficiently tested vaccines to millions of healthy people. He asked the member states of the Council of Europe to ask for immediate investigations on the consequences at national as well as European level. And not surprisingly, the motion was not adopted. Based on this, one can infer that the 2009 swine flu pandemic was a pilot project for the larger 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. Wodarg said that the swine flu pandemic is a false pandemic, and has described it as one of the biggest medical scandals of the century. This video, hypothetically, looks at the two communication methods which can be used to create fake pandemics. The first method is propaganda or psychological warfare, which comes from political and military domains. It can be generally defined as actions aimed to influence the target audience's value system, belief system, emotions, motives, reasoning, or behavior. In the case of pandemics, the target audience is the world population. Examples of propaganda include medical disaster movies starting from the 1995 movie outbreak to recent ones. Other examples include TV series, but more importantly statements by medical experts and others which are then propagated on all kinds of media. The second method is fear-based marketing, which comes from the advertising industry. Fear-based marketing is the strategy of marketing and creating advertising around a customer's fears and insecurities and then offering a solution to said fears and insecurities. Thus, through fear-based marketing, what Big Pharma does is disease-mongering. While propaganda and fear-based marketing are theoretically different, but in practice they overlap as advertising is a form of propaganda. Now, if we use the problem-reaction-solution strategy of social control in the context of pandemics, the use of propaganda or fear-based marketing or both is used to create a situation called the problem, here, pandemic. This terrifies people and they look up to the governments and medical experts to find a solution. And the solution will also be hinted at this stage. This is called the reaction. This allows the world rulers to implement through their political agents the solution, which they had already prepared beforehand or planned to introduce. Here, the people are asked to get the jab. Now, to check whether these two communication methods can be used to create fake pandemics, one only needs to closely observe the events before and during pandemics. And apart from faking pandemics, real pandemics can be created in another way. Since anything can be accomplished by fraud or force, or consent or coercion. Propaganda and fear-based marketing are good examples of using fraud in which people voluntarily consent to take treatment, in our case, taking the shots. But what if the people ignore and refuse to be influenced by pandemic propaganda and don't consent to take the shot, then force or coercion will be used. To be precise, people will be given shots by the military at gunpoint. Though there is no historical example to be shown, people can certainly experiment with it when the next pandemic comes. And in case if governments think that it is not suitable, they will try other ways to do the same. And they are working on it. But, before that, did you like the COVID propaganda performance?